Banks shouldn't declare accounts as NPAs for 2 months, says the Supreme Court. Hello and welcome to the newstoday.tv. The Supreme Court on September 3rd heard a batch of petitions seeking interest waiver on loan moratorium granted by Reserve Bank of India. A bench of Justices Ashok Bhushan, R. Subhash Reddy and M.R. Shah heard the petitions. The top court will continue the hearing on September 10th. Justice Bhushan said banks should not declare accounts as an NPA for 2 months and banks must not take coercive action against borrowers. Solicitor General Mehta said to the Supreme Court that impact of COVID is faced by everyone, but the impact is different for every sector. Impact is good also on some sectors like pharma sector, IT sector, etc. The idea of moratorium was to defer repayment to ease the burden caused by COVID and lockdown so that business can manage working capital. The idea was not to waive off interest. The effort is that those who are affected by COVID and facing distress get the benefit and those who are defaulters are not able to take benefit. The expert committee will come up with the sector-specific guidelines on September 6th. The Disaster Management Act provides that the government may take action. So far, NDMA has deemed it fit for the RBI to adopt supervisory role. The Supreme Court observations are as follows. The main grievance of the petitioners is that they have not been given the adequate relief and the NDMA under the Disaster Management Act has not been active to give relief, said Justice Bhushan. Question is about the demands of the compound interest in the meantime. Moratorium and penal interest cannot go together. RBI will have to clarify, said Justice Reddy. No account should be declared NPA for 2 months and the bank should not take action against borrowers, which is coercive. We have to protect them, said Justice Bhushan. Senior advocate Harish Salve for the Indian Banks Association said to the Supreme Court that common man's problems are different from those of the corporates. If kind of borrowers and the type of borrowing is identified, then specified relief can be provided. Individual and industrial problems need to be addressed differently. Those who defaulted earlier in 2019 may seek relief under another scheme, but not under the COVID-related scheme. They may seek relief under general scheme, which also may take into account COVID. Moratorium is not included in default period. After moratorium is over, then default period of 90 days will start. We are not giving a concession. In fact, banks don't like to declare NPAs. They have been pulled up for not declaring NPAs. Compound interest is charged as the contractual interest and penal interest is not being charged. On non-payment, the interest becomes penal compounding interest. To sum up the whole scenario, the Supreme Court has previously said there is no merit in charging interest on interest. The RBI had on June 4th said lenders will lose 2 lakh crore rupees if interest is waived during the moratorium period. Senior advocate Rajiv Datta, who appeared for a petitioner on September 2nd, said interest on interest is absolutely and prima facie wrong and they cannot charge it. The RBI had in March announced a moratorium on repayment of term deposits for 3 months, which was later extended till August 31st. The RBI had in March announced a moratorium on repayment of term deposits for 3 months, which was later extended till August 31st. The move was intended to provide borrowers relief during the COVID-19 pandemic. For more news and content, follow and subscribe to the newstoday.tv.